The Queen enjoyed very precious time with Prince Philip while the royal couple isolated together at Windsor Castle before the Duke of Edinburgh's death, claimed royal expert Roya Nikkhah. Her Majesty's husband, Philip, died in April, just months short of his 100th birthday. New ITV documentary Philip, Prince, Father, Husband draws on rare archive footage and audio recordings to explore the life of the Duke of Edinburgh. The program, which also features interviews with biographers, friends and colleagues, paints an intimate portrait of Philip and his relationship with his family, the press and his role as consort to the Queen. A portion of the documentary focuses on the last few years of the Duke of Edinburgh's life after he retired from royal engagements. In particular, Sunday Times royal editor Ms. Nikkhah discussed the last year and a half that Philip spent with the Queen. The pair isolated together at Windsor Castle after the outbreak of coronavirus, and the time they spent together would have been very precious to the monarch, according to the royal commentator. Speaking on the documentary, Ms. Nikkhah said, "The last year and a half of Philip's life he spent more time with the Queen than he probably had done for years before that. They came together at Windsor and they isolated at Windsor for the best part of a year. That would have been very precious to the Queen to have had that time with him before he passed away." Philip and the Queen met in the 30s and were engaged a decade later. The couple tied the knot in November 1947 at Westminster Abbey, 5 years before Her Majesty's ascension to the throne. The pair would go on to welcome 4 children: heir apparent Prince Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward. Elsewhere in the documentary, Giles Brandreth, a close friend of Philip, discussed what the Duke of Edinburgh meant to the Queen. Mr. Brandreth stressed that Philip was one of the few people who was able to treat the monarch normally. He said, "What did Prince Philip give the Queen? So much, obviously, but I think he made her laugh, and that's a wonderful thing. And of course, he treated her normally, because no one in the world treats the Queen normally, even her children. Except the Duke of Edinburgh did. He treated her as a woman, as his wife, and of course, nobody in the world could say to the Duke of Edinburgh, 'Philip, do shut up,' except the Queen, and she did." This year the Queen celebrated her first Christmas since the death of her husband at Windsor Castle alongside Charles and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. On the day, Her Majesty also paid tribute to her husband of 73 years in her annual Christmas address. She described the Duke of Edinburgh as her beloved and said she had felt his presence over the Christmas period. The Queen said, "Christmas can be hard for those who have lost loved ones. This year especially I understand why." Her Majesty made the address beside a photograph of her and her irrepressible late husband during their diamond wedding anniversary in 2007. The monarch added, "That mischievous, inquiring twinkle was as bright at the end as when I first set eyes on him. But life of course consists of final partings as well as first meetings. And as much as I and my family miss him, I know he would want us to enjoy Christmas." The personal message also saw the Queen describe Philip's capacity to squeeze fun out of any situation. Catch up with Philip, Prince, Father, Husband on ITV Hub.